off that exhausting hamster wheel and into balanced living with Dr. Marissa.
Promise you joy in the mystery.
Dr. Marissa, also known as the Asian Oprah. Her mission, to be a beneficial presence on the planet. Her purpose, to be your personal advocate to live, laugh, love, learn. Her life motto, don't die wondering. Take back your life with Dr. Marissa Pay.
And welcome. You're tuned in to Take My Advice. I'm not using it. Get Balanced with Dr. Marissa, the morning show here on KCAA, NBC News, CNBC News, NBC Sports Radio Station, AM 1050, FM 106.5, and streaming everywhere. iHeartRadio, Spotify, iTunes, TuneIn, Audible, Amazon Music, Tiki Live, Rumble, Podchaser, Spreaker, Streaker, and more. Why so many places? Well, frankly, my dear, I want to maximize my splatter zone for more hope and happiness. So there's no gossip, no scandal, no headlines here at all. What? Don't you want to be in the know? No, I do not want to be in that know, because every single headline, which you can get anywhere, but this is the only place that you won't hear a headline, because I don't want you to wake up with a case of the 4 A's. After you listen or read the headlines, social, TV, however you want to get it, you will be angry, aggravated, anxious, and afraid. And I do not want you to wake up with a case of the 4 A's. Instead, I want you to feel amazing. So for the past 722 or 24, I have to go check different calendars are giving me different consecutive weeks. Since May 1st, 2012, I've been here. They said I would not last more than a year because I don't talk about the headlines, but over 13 years later, I'm still here, and I'm so grateful that I am, and I'm happy that you're here as well. And let's see, it is Monday, which means it's time for Mental Health Mondays, where every single Monday, I don't do therapy here. I am not a licensed clinical psychologist by choice. I don't, no offense to colleagues, I'm a happiness coach, because I don't believe that we need years and years and years to feel better about ourselves, and more importantly, have some personal mastery, which is my brand, Hope and Happiness. You can claim your birthright to happiness. So I'm on a happy 88 mission, 88 million more happy people in the next 8 years. So I have topics and guests and series like this one to help you up level your happiness. That's what I'm all about. I'm your happiness guru. I am, I am your personal assistant to feel better, one day at a time, one situation at a time. So today, we're going to start, as I always do at the top of every show, with breakfast. Sorry, I'm not going to send you Uber Eats, but I will send you an exercise right now and an invitation to take a bite of my gratitude sandwich. What does that mean? Top of the bun is I want you to look around you and say, what am I grateful for outside of myself? And then tonight, before you go to bed, I want you to look at the bottom of the bun, which is, what do I like about myself? So gratitude turned inwards. Abraham Hicks calls it appreciation, which is bigger than gratitude, is non-conditional. And I want you to like yourself unconditionally. So, that's what we do. We'll start. I am grateful for the fact that this weekend was more fabulous Chinese New Year activities. I closed out my broadcasting live for the Lunar New Year with the Irvine Spectrum Center's Chinese New Year or Lunar New Year celebration, and that was a lot of fun. If you like watching little clips of lion dancing and cute kids, that is the theme for yesterday's compilation. And if you go to Doc Balance on Instagram, it's there, as well as Dr. Marissa, Marissa Pay, Dr. Marissa Happy 88. Just ask my assistant Google to look up Asian Oprah, and I am everywhere. And I am grateful for that, especially since I have been pretty adamant about not paying for numbers, because that's not the best way to measure yourself. At the same time, balance that with the fact that, yes, I am happy that I have 4.7 million impressions on this particular YouTube TV channel, which says that there are a lot of people that don't want to talk about the headlines. So that is very, very encouraging, comforting. But frankly, my dear, you know that I do everything first for myself to feel good. It feels good to do this show, no matter how I wake up. That's my first gratitude. By the end of the show, I feel better. So that's my first gratitude. That was my second gratitude. Third gratitude will be my best big girl in the whole wide world, which is my older daughter, Chloe, and her boyfriend, Phil. Just moved back to Southern California this weekend. And so I get to see my grand dog son, Pablo, the Frenchie. Some of you have seen him in my posts, as well as on camera. He likes to come when I babysit and actually be in the show. So I am grateful for that. And it's always nice to have family. And yesterday was actually Phil's birthday. So I will do my happy birthday, dear Phil. Happy birthday to the father of my grand dog son, Pablo. Happy birthday to Phil. And now we'll go to the bottom of the bun, which is, what do you like about yourself? This is actually weightlifting for you to practice liking yourself. I remember when I was on, I can't remember the name of the show, but it was in the number one the number one TV station in the Philippines with the Philippine Oprah, and her name is Karen Davila. She asked me what was the primary ailment of humans, and I said that they hate themselves. And she said, oh, that's a little strong. And I said, well, how many people say I'm my own worst enemy? I'm harder on myself than anybody else. If I get 99 compliments and one insult, I think about that insult like a broken record. And she's like, oh, I do that. I see what you mean. And yes, so self-love, self-care, self-soothing is the outcome that I'd like you to have if you fall asleep thinking not about what you didn't finish or how you didn't do this or who done me wrong. Instead, I want you to fall asleep going, hey, and I'll do one now. I like the fact that I am caring. Oh, no, I know. I said that I was going to start doing gratitudes that I've never done before. I am grateful that I have little great nieces and nephews. These are my Canadian great niece and nephew, and I love them so much. That I have family all over the world, and that I appreciate 88% of the people that I'm related to. And we did this topic, I think, on Straight Talk, how I love everybody, but I don't have to like everybody, but I do love and like 88% of the people around me, and that's a pretty good percentage, and I appreciate myself about that. It wasn't always that way. I would take offense very easily and take things personally. Don Miguel Ruiz says that's one of the 4 agreements that will keep you happier and successful in life. And I absolutely agree. I appreciate that I have learned how to allow other people to have their own, wherever they are. Everybody does the best that they can with the time that they have and the resources they have. And if they are mean or rude or insulting or how dare you do that to me, I can most of the time step back and say, this is about them, not about me. And I'm not going to take that personally. So I really do like that about myself. And I'm going to celebrate that today. So that actually, I'm going to celebrate that as I fall asleep tonight, to think about that instead of thinking about those people who said something that does sound personal. All right. So that's it for breakfast, because I've got a lot to cover today. It's going to be a special day because this is going to be part of the series that I'm running for anyone who wants to be happier. It's called the Get Happy Power Hour, where the first Tuesday of every month, I am going to collect people. It's kind of like a cross between a book club and a mastermind and a collective small group gathering who really want to change how they see life, from life sucks to I love my life. So this is going to be part of that series. And so we want to get to that. So I'm going to close down breakfast right now. Thank you for joining me for breakfast. If you continue this good life habit, this hashtag Blisscipline, every single weekday morning with me or with someone else now or later, I promise you will sandwich your day in the most positive way. Thanks for joining me for breakfast. And now for the topic of the day. It is Monday, Mental Health Matters Mondays. And the topic, if you looked at my post yesterday, my promos that I usually put out the night before to warn you and to encourage you to join in on the conversation for whatever the topic is. So the topic was, or the video was Chinese New Year, Lunar Year. And this new year of the horse in particular, let's see if I can bring that up for you. Let's see. Instagram. I hope I don't get a copyright strike on this. It's always interesting what you get dinged on and what you don't. Instagram. Here we go. And all right. I hope you can see that. Here's my, this is amazing. This is my beautiful Gladys Knight, who flashed peace at me from stage in the middle of a song. And I'm grateful for all the love that I've gotten on that. I think it's at 1.4 million views. But this is actually the one I was talking about. And let's see, we'll put the sound on.
It's the South Coast Chinese Cultural Center.
And this is the Lion Dance. Most of you have seen that. I post those because those are my favorite. Adorable children. And good. And it's so time for mocktails. The kids, Luca and Riley, shout out. Drummers, doing my hashtag dancing
I'm always
queen.
trying to balance out the bad news out there with good news, good people, and great events in my Chinese roots. Dr.Marissa, you know me as the Asian Oprah. Peace in, peace out, world peace through inner peace. Now go and have the best day ever.
And that's my Dr. Marissa,
Dr. Marissa
reporting live
here at Irvine,
Let's see if I can. There we go. Now, if you haven't realized that it is Chinese New Year, I wonder if you're isolating because it's been all over. Although I live in California and I'm grateful that we are more valuing of diversity than some places. But it is the lunar year of the fire horse. So what does that mean? The horse is known for, in my Chinese culture, I know you thought I was Swedish, but I am Chinese, born in Canada. So I'm a CBC, Canadian born Chinese. My mother is from Jiangxi, and my father was from Suzhou, Shanghai. So they came over. My mom from Taiwan, where she fled with Chiang Kai-shek during the Cultural Revolution. My father's family moved to Hong Kong, and then my father came and did his PhD at McGill University in Canada, and honoring. He passed 26 years ago last week, and for those who were on my social, you saw the post remembering him not in his battle with lymphoma, but in the wholeness of who he is, which is chapter 2 from my best-selling book, 8 Ways to Happiness from Wherever You Are. And while I remember, this is the Asian Oprah giveaway today. If you go to my website and just give me the finger, no, that's on my YouTube TV channel. But if you sign up there, you'll get a free audiobook copy of that #1 Amazon and national bestseller, because it's self-help on steroids. And it's also the book that we will use on my Get Happy Power Hour. But I was speaking about that because, oh boy, I went on that horse galloping frame of thought, and now I got to get back to where it is. Okay, so yes, my father got 2 job offers when he graduated with his PhD in chemical engineering. One was at the University of Waterloo, which is the largest engineering school in Canada, and Berkeley University in California, because one of his either TAs or professors was Professor Tien, who became the chancellor at Berkeley. And he turned the TV on, and this was in 1960, and he saw bra burning, protesting, and people doing a lot of drugs. And my dad's a super nerd and said, nope, no California for me. And that's how I was born in University of Waterloo, in Waterloo, Ontario, Canada. So there you get a little history that you didn't ask for, but those are my Chinese roots. And so horses are associated with vitality, speed, and perseverance. They're also affiliated with success and good fortune. In fact, there's a Chinese phrase, ma is horse, ma dao cheng, and it translates to success the moment the horse arrives. And it's usually used to wish someone success swiftly and smoothly, just like when a victorious horse arrives at the battlefield, implying that success can be achieved rapidly and effortlessly. Okay, so that's this year, the horse, the year of the fire horse, which is transformation again. So I wanted you, as I close out Chinese New Year, which ends in 2 days. So the celebration lasts 15 days. So we started February 17th, and so it's coming to a close. And I don't want it just to be a holiday. I want this to anchor maybe a little bit different than New Year's resolutions, because we're going to talk about, if you really want to have a successful year, what am I going to have to do to make it different, because if you're going to get the same things as an outcome if you're doing the same things. You can't get different outcomes if you're doing the same things. There's a lot of speakers and self-development teachers who talk about, want something different, you got to do something different. If you want something different, you got to think differently. My whole thing is, call your BS, call your belief systems that are not working for you. So that's what I am constantly encouraging you to do, because what is the definition of insanity is doing the same thing and expecting different results, right? You can't find the keys, but you keep going back to the same place to look for the keys because you think miraculously they're going to appear. So that is what we're talking about today. So I hope that you will play along with me now or later and be honest with yourself about things that you are and are not acting on your own behalf. What are you doing that is acting or not acting on your own behalf? If you want to have a successful, swift and smooth, rapid and effortlessly, and with success and good fortune, and you're not there, all right, you're not there, you're not where you want to be, then what are you going to do differently? That's the topic of today's show. So hopefully that'll be interesting for you. It definitely is going to be interesting for me because I love self-awareness. I love being able to constantly improve without beating myself up. So that's I don't ever want you to, should on yourself, right? I should have done this, or I should have done that, or I should have this. This all starts with, I'm good where I am, and I would like more, or I would like different. So there's no back shooting on yourself or blaming other people. Let's start here, right? And look at what I want to do differently so that I can have the best year ever, right? I want you to have the best day ever. I want you to have the best year ever. But it's gotta be more than sitting under a Bodhi tree, visualizing or cutting magazines and creating a vision board of all the materialistic. And trust me, I am the most materialistic spiritual person you'll ever meet. I'm not saying that you shouldn't like nice things. Lord, no. I love nice things. I love abundance. I love money. I love what money can do. I love living with an ocean view. I love being able to travel, even though the blood clots are curtailing that for the time being. I want people to have, do, and be whatever they want, because I believe that is, there's the sirens that always mark the truth when I'm talking about something in particular. And this is courtesy. Thank you. This is courtesy largely from the practice and the teachings of the law of attraction, not the secret law of attraction that has a focus more on gaining things or materializing the fancy car in your garage. This, not that you can't, but this is the true law of attraction that is from Abraham Hicks through Esther and Jerry, that I practice a lot because I know that there's got to be more to life than the American dream. There's got to be more to life than the societal life that I was brought up into, that told me that, you go to a good school, get a great job, get married, have children, take great vacations, have more than the Joneses, and then die, leaving people lots of stuff that they squabble over. There's got to be more, and have happiness when you go to heaven, right? That I don't buy into that, because there are people who have followed that, and they have the fame and fortune, and they're not happy, and they're so not happy that they'd rather finish the time here on earth. And there's so many names. Anybody that you hear of that took their own life, and you say, Anthony Bourdain had an amazing life. Oh my God. Kate Spade, Robin Williams, the list goes on. So today we're going to look at I wrote it down and I said it much better then. This was after meditation. So what I said was, okay, if you want the best year ever, to make it the best year ever, what habits do you have to change? Okay, so here's the first habit. When someone asks you, how are you? What do you say? I'm fine. I'm good. I'm okay. Do you really want to know? For the last, I want to say maybe 15 years, when people ask me how I am, I say, and those of you who know me, if anyone is right now listening or in the chat, if you're driving, don't put it in the chat. What do I say when people ask me, how are you? It's a quiz. All right. Do not do this if you're driving and listening on my drive time 8 a.m. show on KCAA NBC News Radio, because then if you crash, don't blame me. All right. So it is happy. People will say, how are you, Dr. Marissa? And I'll say, I'm happy. And almost always they'll go, oh, that's cool. Or I've never heard anybody say that. Or why are you happy? Right? What just happened? And I'll say nothing. It's a choice. And when I say I'm happy, right, most of the time, 88% of the time, I'm not lying. I'm happy, right? I love my life. People see me use the hashtag I love my life, although now we're being limited on Instagram for the number of hashtags, and that usually gets bumped out by the topic. So I am not fine, and y'all know I'm fine. Come on. That didn't sound fine, number one. And fine actually means effed up, irrational, neurotic, and emotional. So I hope you're not fine. And I'm okay. I'm okay. That's usually the one that I hear all the time. I'm okay. And, okay is okay, but okay tells me you're flatlining. So flatlining means I'm not happy, but I'm not sad. Okay. And what happens when you're fine and okay, that's your range. You don't have the capacity, because emotions are like dumbwaiter doors, right? They open like this. So if you're going to cut off happy, or you're going to cut off sad, mad, then you've got this as those are your choices. I'm okay. Your capacity to feel pain helps you and gives you the capacity to feel excitement. The capacity to feel irritated, frustrated, gives you the capacity to feel exhilarated. Okay? That's the way emotions work. So when I say I'm happy, that means I'm alive and I'm feeling something. And I want you to always feel something, because it's a gift of life to be able to feel something, right? Even if you're feeling and getting in touch with your piss-offedness, get pissed, but don't stay pissed, right? Because negative energy takes more energy than positive energy. And if you cannot release your piss-offedness, you get stuck there. And then the law of attraction sees that you are in that vibration of piss-offedness and will bring you more things to feel that lower level energy. And I don't want you feeling like that. And people who are consistently pissed off or depressed, okay, which is anger on steroids, sadness on steroids, right? That is, they are stuck there. And then you wonder why, oh my, it can't get any worse than this. Guess what? It's going to get worse than this. That's just the way the law of attraction works. It's like the law of gravity. It works whether you believe it or not. And that's why I'm positive. I choose happiness because I love great things to happen in my life. I'm responsible for the things that are good that happen in my life. And I'm also responsible for the things that are not so good that happen in my life. You know, even the blood clots. Like, I don't understand it, but there's something in my vibration that attracted something that would make sure I stayed put in one place. Don't know what that is. I look forward to seeing it. I've already told my UPS man, like my universal power source, I'm allergic to religion, so we don't use the J or the G. But my UPS man delivers every morning when I meditate, and I know it's always this and better. So blood clots, don't know why, but I know that it's my choice to respond when people ask me how I am. I can choose what word to use, and I choose happy. Sometimes I say happy and blessed. I stopped saying that because that's like overkill for me. I just say happy. So if you're saying I'm okay and I'm fine, pick another word. It doesn't have to be happy, okay? But here's the second habit that I want you to. So the first habit is when you use words to describe who you are, right? Okay and fine, I don't want you to use, because it will keep you okay and fine. I want you to reach for something. I'm excited. I'm curious. I'm looking forward. I'm blessed. I'm grateful. I loved how many times the word grateful came out in the formerly known as SAG AFTRA awards, now is the ACTRA Awards. I loved that so many successful actors and actresses who won awards used the word grateful. You can use that. But whatever the word is, it's got to be different than what you normally use if you want to do a pattern interrupt and do something different. Hopefully, it's doing something different in that way. If you are with someone like your best friend or someone who can keep their mouth shut and is a quiet, closed mouth friend, then you can, be real, right? How are you doing? I'm pissed. And I have people in my life that when I'm not happy, I can call and say, I need to vent, right? It's called a vent partnership. It's 2 minutes. The rules are that person does not try to solve your problem. You just say, I need to vent. They time me for 2 minutes, and I blah, 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 names I can use, swear words I can use. And at the end of the 2 minutes, time's up. And I can no longer vent about that thing to anybody else, if you're just getting started, I give you 3 people, 3 minutes. So 3 times 2 minutes is 6 minutes, right? But you can never come back and speak about that thing that you were just pissed off. It's released, right? They don't offer solution. They just say, oh, poor baby. And then they have 2 minutes that they can do that day with you, right? No singular, no rollover. You can't use it tomorrow, right? If something different happens, you can come and revisit it. But this way, you're not continuing to ignite and emphasize and focus on that thing that drives you crazy, that thing that pisses you off, that thing that you have no control over, like who's in office or who's, at war. We do not have control over those people, places, and things. So why do we talk about them? That was a moose drop. That's my moose on the table, my Canadian version of talking about the elephants in the room. If you want to choose happiness, you got to stop talking about the things that make you unhappy. Simple, not easy. Abraham Hicks, law of attraction, foundation principle here. And that's why I love my life, because I stopped talking about people, places, and things that I cannot control. If it made a difference, if I could solve the problem, if there's a bipartisan solution to something, I definitely want to talk about it. If I can help an organization that is involved with a bipartisan solution, I will help with that. But if it's anything politics, I don't talk about that. Do I have points of view? Absolutely. Do I want that to limit the number of people who can be exposed to more hope and happiness? Absolutely not. So that's why. It's not that I don't care, but I can't change it. I can't control it. So I don't talk about it. So that's rule number 2, right? Rule number 1 is how are you? I'm happy, blessed, creative, whatever it is, not fine and not okay. Rule number 2, what are you talking about? Are you talking? Oh, sorry, that's 3. Rule number 2 is feel, express how you are, right? Don't hold things back. Don't necessarily spew on people. If I just was insulted or here's a great example. I swipe or no swiping, I've been dating now for a year using the apps, and I call it the dating in HD, hope, disappointment, or it's like the wide world of sports, the thrill of victory and the agony of defeat. And I got to the phase of actually talking to someone on the phone, and they were new on the app, and they proceeded to tell me how I should and should not be speaking, or what I should or should not be communicating in my profile or in the chat or in the messaging. And I was not happy. I was not okay. And I knew I was ready to, blow up. And I'm human. I have those feelings. Not everything's going to make me happy. So what did I do? Did I blow up at him? I said, no. It wasn't going to, I can't change what he thinks, nor do I care. I wouldn't even got on a date with him. All I knew was this is not, if this is the way it is in the first conversation, talk to the hand. So I said, thank you very much. We're not a match. Goodbye. And then I was so angry and in touch with my piss offness. I texted a girlfriend, right? Not my normal girlfriend, because I've shared dating stories, and she's like, they're so depressing. I don't want to hear them anymore. So I texted another friend who was and is doing what I'm doing on the apps and told her the situation. And I loved her response, which was, boys are stupid. No offense, boys, but in that moment, that was the best thing that I could have heard. It calmed me down. I was able to release that negative energy, and I'm good again. So it's not that I don't feel pissed off or aggravated. Remember, I told you, right? Step 1, step 2, I have to feel those range of emotions, right? That's the change that I'd like to recommend for you if you want to have the best year ever. Okay. So 1, remember, is don't say I'm fine and don't say I'm okay when people ask you how you are. 2nd is feel the feelings fully, right? With the appropriate people. You can use the vent partnership. Okay. Sometimes I don't even need to do that because I don't want to give it more energy. If I have a little aggravation, I can stomp my feet, bite my pillow, and I'm done. Because if you're in grad school with the law of attraction, you know that every 17 seconds, whatever vibration you have, there's going to be something to join it, right? So that if you're feeling good and I see something like birds flying in formation and I can keep going, oh, that's so beautiful, or what a gorgeous sunset, and I, just like revel in it, or anything. Like the kids were so adorable yesterday at the Irvine Spectrum Center for the Chinese New Year thing. I mean, I just kept, the more I noticed cute kids, the more I saw, right? And so 17 seconds went another 17 seconds, and by the time the minute goes by, right, I am now in this very high flying state, in a high vibe, and then I bring people to me. I bring things to me. I make things happen that I want to have happen that I didn't even try to have happen. That's my life. I call them what caught moments. What are the chances of that, right? You've heard me talk about things. We're not going to take time on all the great things that happen in my life. You can see it on my social. Those are all a direct correlation to my practices of the law of attraction and keeping myself as much as possible in that place of attracting more good. All right. So that's number 2. The feelings are number 2. Number 3. And here we go. I don't know how I do this. We're in the line. Didn't do any station IDs. I'm going to do a quick station ID just now. If you've just tuned in and you're wondering what's going on in studio today, this is Take My Advice. I'm not using it. Get Balanced with Dr. Marissa, the morning show on KCAA, NBC News Radio, AM 1050, FM 106.5, and streaming everywhere. iHeartRadio, Spotify, and of course my YouTube TV channel, where if you give me a finger, this one, not the other one, you will get this show every weekday morning, which is all about hope and happiness. So, okay, number 3, and I'm not even going to go out for news, weather, and traffic. They'll be able to cut it in. But I really wanted to cover this 3rd one because I think of all the habits, this is the one that made the most difference in my life, and is kind of the foundation piece of why I feel the way I do, why I appreciate and revel in why I say I love my life. So this is the 3rd habit. When you are looking at any person, any place, any situation, your own body, your own health, your own your fridge, your car, your post, your relationship, insignificant or significant other. Every single topic has two sides on it. One side is best case scenario, pronoia, the positive thing about that, the hope side. Okay, every topic, right? And I'll give you examples in a second. Let me just finish out the guide of step 3. And then it also has the other side. Now, the other side is usually the one people talk about, right? What's wrong with you? What's wrong with me? What's wrong with the world? What's wrong with the government? What's wrong with that country? What's wrong with my closet? What's wrong with my kids? What's wrong with my parents? What's wrong with me? I said that already. What's wrong with my shoe? What's wrong with the toilet? What's wrong? What's wrong? What's wrong? Now, that is how at least 88%, well, it's probably 98%, let's be honest. If it bleeds, it leads. Everything brought to your attention that is put in front of you, right? If you don't live on a desert island and you do have some devices, what's put in front of you is what's wrong. Natural disasters, homelessness, corruption, crime, accidents. Anything positive about any of those? No. So every waking minute, if you don't choose to look at the best case scenario, the bright side, the upside of, you're being inundated with what's wrong. That's just the way it is, folks. That's why we don't talk about headlines. Prove me wrong. Okay, I will give it to you that some shows in the morning will give you a feel-good story at the very end. Usually it's me. They'll bring me on to do the feel-good story. I don't mind. I like that. But I decided, and the reason why I have this show for the last 722 consecutive weeks is because I wanted the whole show to have that best case scenario. Now, doesn't mean I don't talk about problems. The first half of the show, we make it real. But the second half of the show, we talk about solution because no one else does. I like to be different. So that's the third and the foundation piece. That is it possible to look at everything? Okay, what do we complain about? Most people can complain about finances. They complain about health, and they complain about what's going on in relationships. Okay, so if we take those top 3 topics, so my health. I talk about, I can see these blood clots as worst case scenario. I can't believe it happened to me. 2 things that I love the most are flying and racing sailboats, and I can't do them anymore. I don't like being on drugs, and I have to take drugs now every day, serious doses of blood thinner, and blah, 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 blah. And I gave myself a month to fully feel all of those feelings of loss and it's unfair, and why am I being punished, and all of that bullshit hockey, right? I just felt that way. I let it go, but I felt it. And then now I choose, I can't wait to see what happens. I can't wait to see what good happens from this. And now every time I have something cool that happens, I go, well, maybe this is why. right? I couldn't have done this. I was traveling for 7 months. I couldn't have done this. And I choose to see the upside of that situation with my health. My body is not where I want it to be. I used to model. I wish I still looked like that, right? I could spend every time in the mirror going, look at that, look at that, and look at that, and oh, I'm still this much overweight, blah, 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 blah. Self hate, self disgust, self aggravation, self blame, self, shooting on myself. All of that. Does it make me feel good? No. Can I look at my body and say, well, even though I'm ageless, after popping out 2 kids, all the work that I do, I've had 2 hip replacements, da 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 da. This is okay. And I feel good. I went to the gym and I cycled for 33 minutes this morning. I've been able to maintain intermittent fasting for 3 years now. I did lose this weight. Da, da, da. That's my choice, right? I can. Dr. John Gray, God love him. He's coming back, by the way. I think. Oh, St. Patty's Day. He'll be on here live. But I said to him, I still can't look in the mirror and like my body and say how beautiful it is. And he goes, don't worry about it. Don't do that. Why do that to yourself, right? Just thank your body for what it is able to do. I am able to do a lot of things. People, my doctor is just amazed at all the things I can. He knows how young I really am, but I can choose to see the best in my body and what it can do for me. And isn't it great that I don't have to tell my body how to digest food? And isn't it great that I have, clothes that can cover up those places that I don't want necessarily anybody else to see, and that I can keep the lights down, if I am doing a bedroom Olympics or whatever it is. So I just gave you my strategy and my method on why this is going to be my best year ever, is because I have worked very diligently and steadfastly to not focus on the downside of everything. Drives my friends sometimes crazy, and my daughters for sure. You didn't hear about that? You didn't know that so-and-so died? You didn't know that so-and-so, passed, or so-and-so did that, or what trouble they got into, and what, rap wars there were, and da-da-da-da-da. And I go, no, I didn't know. And thanks for letting me know, but I don't want to talk about it anymore. It's not interesting to me to lament and focus on other people's misfortunes, number one. I don't want to talk about people who don't matter to me. And I don't want to talk about people that I have no control over helping them if they even want help, right? It's called decaffeinated coffee. Why bother, right? Time is my most precious commodity. And I can't do over yesterday. I can't get it back to do over. So I choose every single day to make it my best day ever. That's why I say to you on every broadcast, have the best day ever. That's how I leave every broadcast, on the carpet, out wherever I'm doing a news story, on this show, when I'm on other people's shows. That is a discipline. That is a decision. That is a focus. And if you can do that this year, I promise you, it will be the best year ever. But you got to stop doing what you always do. And let's be honest. Let's put the moose on this table. I'll use me so it doesn't sound like I'm giving you some tough love, which I am. How many of us hear or see or get a notification because we've allowed notifications from DMZ or E News or biased news stations to dangle in front of us a negative story that we go, oh, and then we go, text, did you know? Or call, did you know? Or chat, did you know? And then an hour goes by. What have you accomplished in that hour? Number one, nothing, right? You say you don't have enough time to AI play. That's my newest thing. Play with AI. While it's free, you'd be amazed at the things it can do, right? Okay. Instead of talking about, oh, the AI is going to take over our world, use it. I don't have time. Yeah, you don't have time because you just spent the last hour getting in a chat war over something you have no control over, and it really doesn't matter what you think about it. It's not going to change anything. Sorry. Tough love, right? And you probably didn't even have time to take care of something that you know is something that would be good to take care of if you want to have a successful year. Just saying, okay? I know you're all laughing at the station right now when you're listening to this. I'm the only host, they say, that can like hold a whole show with having no guest. But I hope that you have gotten something from those three things that I suggest and recommend that you change if you want to make this the best year ever. If you want to make this year of the fire horse effortlessly, right? The effort is in the focus and alignment. The effort is not working hard 80 hours and striving and just, finish it, even though you're exhausted and you're sick and you're pushing and you do too much and you try to make everybody happy. If that sounds like you might want to come to my Get Happy Power Hour. It's 3/3, March 3rd. It's every first Tuesday, 7 p.m. Go to my website, drmarissa.life, that is on here right now, and go to shop, which is up here, and then go to this one, Snoopy's. $88, 2 hours. That is 1/3 or 1/4 of what it is for a private session. I wanted to make this affordable. Small group online. I hope to see you. We'll talk about out of loneliness into hope and anything else you want to talk about. We can talk about this as well. All right. So that's it for today. Step 1, I'm not okay. When people ask you how you are, you're happy. You make a choice. You don't have to say happy. You can say, I am feeling better. Number 2, feel all your feelings, fully express them safely. That way it'll expand your ability to feel good. Number 3, which side of the topic do you want to focus on? Best case scenario or worst case scenario? Pronoia or paranoia? Choice is yours. Choice is the most powerful tool that we have in life, and I hope you're using it. Thank you for staying. It's all about balance. Peace in, peace out. World peace through inner peace. This is Dr. Marissa reporting live. You know me as the Asian Oprah, and we know that you're going to have the best day ever. I'll see you tomorrow. Nope, I lost my. Thanks for joining me.